Welcome to the stream. Sorry I'm a little late. I was like sitting here for 15 minutes waiting for the stream to happen. And then at 2:30 I was like, dude, I'm going to be live for a few hours. I should probably go to the bathroom first. So that's where I was. How's everybody doing today? I also realized that I had a typo in the title, so I had to fix that. I said connect with your spirit guides instead of you spirit guides. So, but what's up, people? How's it going? Hello, hello. So, welcome to the stream. I feel like most of you probably also caught Riker's stream last night, and I will have you know, during their live stream, I tried to rip my finger off, so now I have a glow-in-the-dark band-aid on, featuring the glow-in-the-dark band-aid. My ring that was on my finger there, tried to rip off my finger in the the dryer, the clothes dryer. I just got done watching your Prince Charming video and I'm still obsessed. Cringe. I don't know if Riker has seen it either.
I have not.
They say they have not. This is the first one I didn't feel like I had to show Riker before I posted it. Because it was like, people aren't going to be mad at me, hopefully. So it'll be a wonderful surprise to see how cringe I get while Riker watches it. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, I just posted a hey bye video. Let me pull it up for you. Dude, I had all of this YouTube stuff prepared and then I had to like change stuff. Yeah. Hey bye. Okay. So this is my personal channel. I've been talking about how awful my life has been the last 2 years. But this one isn't a like I cry in a video. This is a good part of it. Hello, Cree. Welcome. How's it going? But I talk about how Riker and I met. So. Ew. Which is funny because a few days ago we celebrated our 2-year anniversary. Ew, double cringe. But a lot of it I can relate to, especially learning about relationships through other people. That's how I've learned, even being a late bloomer. Yeah, not to like ruin the video, but it was basically like Spirit was teaching me about healthy relationships. And then Spirit was like, since we're teaching you about healthy relationships, let's teach you about unhealthy relationships. And then now we're here. That basically just blew up my entire life. Is fucking Richard, my spirit guide, being like, did you know these people are mean to you? And I'm like, no, they're not. They are mean to me. Big meanies. But yeah, that video just went live today at 11:11 a.m. Eastern. And then, yeah. I don't know. I think that's all the, like, update things. Next week, we're going to be out of town. We're going on a vacation. We're doing, like, a family vacation type thing. And I'm kind of stressed because I have a lot of things that I gotta do. AKA I gotta like clean the house and prep the pet babysitter, which is my cousin. And he watched my animals he watched my animals last year for the same reason. And during the like week that we were gone, like several tornadoes happened in our area. So like huge trees came down on my like back garage. It's detached from my house, so it's not that huge of an issue, but we didn't have power for like 2-3 days, and he was like staying in my house, and he's like, I can't really do anything. I'm like work remotely, but I can't work in your house because you don't have internet or power. but I have to watch your dog and I don't know what to do. And I'm like, yeah, I wasn't expecting there to be a tornado. But this year, he's going to be surprised by the third cat that we have. So.
I feel like you need to put a, Riker cam in the corner since I'm sitting over here.
Right? We need a Riker cam.
And then I can, talk.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to, I can join Discord.
I could. You want me to join Discord?
I don't know if people would actually want that.
Would
you? Enrichment time in my corner.
Enrichment time. Riker is if you haven't watched a live stream from yesterday, Riker started a new channel. I mean, they started a long time ago, but now it's more active. So this is Riker's D&D channel, Dungeons and Daemons. I don't know if it's searchable because there's not like content on it because Riker's been doing live streams. And when I say been doing, the first one was yesterday. But they're world building a like realistic D&D world, and they're right now simulating like millions of years of tectonic plate movement. Yeah, if I put you in here, I would have to do some things. I was divorced from a really bad person, and so I refused to have a relationship, but the universe had other plans. 14 years later, I married my soulmate. Yeah, I was engaged to be married, and then I met my soulmate and was like, wait a minute, what is happening? I'm not prepared for this. Dude, same.
Not the engaged part.
Yeah, not the engaged part. Audio input. Just give me a minute. I have to figure out how to do shit on this computer. But yeah, we're about to go on vacation, and he's gonna be surprised that there's another cat in our house. I don't think cause like, okay, we're going to vacation with my parents, and my parents basically talked to him and was like, sorry, I'm thinking very difficultly hard. Okay. Beep bop. Okay. And my parents were telling him that I needed someone to watch my animals, but we got another cat. We got Boo from the last year that I had him watch our animals, and I don't think he's prepared. I don't think my parents told him that there was a new cat because I don't think they realized that he has not watched that cat yet. So, yeah. I'm trying to see. I have wavelength, and then I have to, oh, looks very different.
What looks different?
The wavelength for my microphone. Okay, hold on. Beep bop. Joining Riker's office. Maybe. There we go. Okay, give me a second. I still have to add you and shit. And I have to, like, unmute you, I guess. And mute myself. Okay, will you talk? But, how's everybody doing? Voice chat. Okay, wait, talk again. Okay. You're there, but you're not here. I wonder if I put myself in here. Dude, I don't know how this works. It has been a while since I used my thing. Ups and downs this cap full moon is hitting. Very spicy energy. I heard that it was chaotic. Especially if you're like a Gemini or something. Okay. What if I just audio input capture? Let me see. Mic in, microphone, link stream, monitor. Oh, this probably should be that. Okay, give me a second. That's that. Discord. You need to be stream. Okay. Well, also, Uranus just moved into Gemini this month on the 7th as well. That's what I was seeing. Uranus is chaotic as shit. Oh. What if I add you over here? Okay, now talk. Huh. What is this? No. Chisholm nerd things. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Now talk.
Talking. Hello.
Okay, can you hear Riker? You might be hearing them through my mic and Discord. But I have a condenser mic and it picks up a lot. But let me know if you can hear Riker.
You can hear me fine.
Okay, cool. And then you want to be added image-wise? Little Riker cam? Okay. So we want to do window capture. Riker
so
cam.
I don't have to get up and walk over in front of like your camera. I can stay in my little corner.
Yes. Discord. Don't look at this. I don't know how to do fancy things like Riker, so you get to watch me size this. What is this? Oh, this is my... What is this? I heard the echo. Okay. Riker cam. Ignore this. Everything is fine here. Don't look at this. Ahihi. Should have done this beforehand, but it's fine. Riker cam. Ah.
It's funny because I was thinking about streaming myself. So I don't know.
Little Riker cam. Beep pop. Where do you go? I'm sure you have moved all around the screen so far. You're going up here because I don't like this part of the wall. Make it Maybelline. It's beautiful. Wait. There's a little line underneath you. That is not how you do that. Sorry. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope I'm entertaining you.
Wow, you really are just like throwing me all over the place.
I was like not prepared for this. So I'm like, do I make you bigger? I could mess with you some more because I have.
It's like when we had the puppy cam, but not a
but it's a
puppy.
Riker cam.
It's a Riker cam. You know.
It's like a pet cam. Sorry if I don't know if you can hear an echo or anything, because I can hear an echo. Put Riker in the corner so it looks like they're reacting to your stream in real time. Hi, Brendan. Okay, well, since it's been a minute, let me set up. Okay, that needs to stay there. Where did you go? I need to grab my Ko-Fi. Oh no! There you are. It's fine. You disappeared for a second. I'm gonna put this in here. Okay. Welcome. We're doing streams today. We're doing readings today. We're in a stream. I have a lot of ADHD thoughts. No echo on my end. Oh, that's great.
was like, I think you hear the echo because,
It's going through Discord.
yeah.
But I just like hear my voice echoing, so I don't know how it works. I don't know why my wave thing isn't working, but you're going through desktop audio, so at least that's working. It's a lot easier than what I was about to do. So, if you guys have never been here before and you've never done this sort of reading thing before, we're doing spirit guide readings today. So, to give you a disclaimer, I'll give you disclaimers of that once I like restock it. But how these readings work is I usually will stock a little bit at a time. So, I'll do 5 at the beginning. So, I'll restock it in a second. But I will give you the link again. The link is pinned at the top of chat. It is in the description of the video as well. But click on that link, get yourself situated. A lot of people say it's easiest to use PayPal, because sometimes it doesn't like when you don't use PayPal. But it's also quicker if you sign into all of your PayPal-y things first. So there's the link for that. But like I was saying, at the beginning of the live stream, I usually will stock 5 of the readings. And then once I'm done doing the 5 halfway through, so it'll be like an hour and a half-ish, I will stock 5 more. And then we'll be good to go. Somewhere around 5. It might be less, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, let me put 5 in here and I'll give you disclaimers about spirit guide readings. So we have 5. It's loading. Ko-Fi has been running slow today, which is probably a bad sign. It's fine though. But while it's updating, yesterday we like reset our router and our modem, and it was like crazy because I clearly did not know how to do that. It should be there. If you don't see it, refresh the page and there should be a like listing there. But we reset our router and modem yesterday, and it was interesting because our Ring doorbell was not like working, and today all of a sudden now it's working again. So I think there was a weird thing with our Wi-Fi. Not that my computer is connected to Wi-Fi. My computer is hardwired, so maybe that has nothing to do with what I'm thinking about. But disclaimers about spirit guide readings. Spirit guides, everybody has spirit guides. I have never met someone that only has one spirit guide unless you are literally an infant. And usually you have your spirit guides for your entire life. So there are more spirit guides when you are that young, but they usually don't come forward until you are ready and willing to work with them. But at the same time, they're there getting you to that point as well as helping you after that point. And with spirit guide readings, they are just energy and they have a lot of different ways of being perceived. So they will give me my signs and symbols in order to help me interpret why they are here for you. So if you go to another psychic medium, they may appear differently for them because they have different ways of interpreting information. So for me, a lot of times, most of the time, I will give you colors of what your spirit guides look like because colors have different associated meanings to me. So it is easiest for me to be able to convey information to you if they give me a color, and then I'll give you more details. But those details are based upon interpretation of what their energy is like and why they are here for you. And these readings are mini readings. Give me a second. I can give you the private reading link. There's one more in here. I should probably give you some more. But if people like sell that out, then I'll deal with that. Hold on. Private readings. I'm offering private readings. So these ones, the private readings, you'll get 3 spirit guides that I'll talk about. And I've changed these over from like typed out emails to creating videos that I record and then send to you. So you'll get a like recorded video of your reading and that will be sent to you via email. But you'll get 3 spirit guides for that. If you want the spirit guide reading, there's also tarot readings in there. But for this live reading, it is a mini reading of spirit guides. So you will get 1 spirit guide mostly that we'll focus on. Got it? Okay. Mari is first. Hello, Mari. Hello, I'm Mari. Okay, let me pull up the thing that tells me who bought readings. I keep, like, accidentally clicking on Discord and it, like, is doing things to the Riker cam. This is Riker. Wait. This is Riker. I'm very dyslexic. Sorry. I'm really enjoying the fact that I have a Riker cam. It's like I have like a desk pet. It's me.
You guys can watch my crazy faces. So.
I don't know that we got all of that.
Yeah, because I was fixing my
Oh, okay.
like voice. I was like adjusting the on the broadcaster.
Oh, got you.
For some reason, I don't know. Whenever you stream, you talk louder than. So it was picking up through my mic still.
Got you.
It shouldn't. So I just adjusted the gain.
Okay.
But I also did it in Discord, so it's all messed up. But I fixed it.
Cool. Yeah, because I was like, did I do something? It's fine. Everything's fine. So, Mari, you're first. And this is a private reading. Okay, Mari. Have I done a reading for you before? Have I done spirit guide readings for you? Hello, people. Welcome in. Have I done a reading for you? I put a cap on the F. Ah. Yes. Have I told you about a blue spirit guide that's male? I'm trying to give you a new one if you want a different one. Yes, you have. Yes, I have. Goddamn. Well, he says hello. He's very cushy. He kind of is like comforting you about something. Let me give you a different one. Have I told you about a red guide? I feel like the red guy is new. Blue-green male. Yeah. I'll tell you about a different one since you got a reading. I see a red spirit guide. He doesn't want to tell me what he looks like. He's just showing me colors, so I don't know that matters. Red spirit guides deal with safety and security. Red guide being the dragon. He's not a dragon. He's red and orange. Yeah, he feels more new, and I feel like he feels more like recently new to you. Okay, he is red and orange. Red deals with safety and security, so when you do not feel safe and secure, you had a red spirit guide that comes forward, and then orange deals with outward expression, so it's taking the thoughts in your head and expressing them outwardly through your body. He feels like... Has everything been very, like, anxious lately? I feel like he's, you're expressing your thoughts through anxiety. Sorry, I'm asking him questions about it. My spirit guide looks like it's warding an explorer. Interesting. My spirit guide looks like a shape-shifting cloud. I'm sorry. But Mari. Sorry, I'm asking him questions. He says it's very hard to talk to you. It's very hard to, like, help process information, because I feel like he doesn't necessarily help you with that sort of thing. He helps you with regulation of your body, which I know sounds really weird. Because it's like, I'm not emotional regulation. I am regulating one's body after the emotions have triggered it. Because, like, even if you... Because they want to explain it, like, when you're having a panic attack, a lot of times you don't really know what causes it, because once it starts happening, you just be enveloped in the fear of what's going on in your body. And he's like, that's kind of what is happening lately, is you are so overwhelmed with emotions that your cup gets full very, very quickly, and then it gets just translated into anxiety. So he has been trying to, like, take the anxiety out of the cup before it explodes. Because he's like, prevention is the best way to regulate. Because he's like, if you can regulate the emotions before the, like, the physical experience, like the physical response, reaction from it, then it would be easier to, like, prevent it from happening. But because everything is so much, you're getting caught up and everything just becomes irrational. I've experienced last week, my God, it was hard to get out of it when it, I experienced that last week. My God, it was hard to get out of when it happens. So panic attacks. Yeah, he's talking about, like, your other spirit guides, other people, you just, once the cup gets full and you start feeling the anxiety in your body, or you start feeling the feeling in your body, whatever it is, you can't go back on it through emotional regulation. And I just also want to say, I'm not a therapist in this sense. This is just what your spirit guide is talking about. So I'm not sure how accurate that idea is, but he's explaining your mentality of how it is more difficult to talk to you when you are experiencing your anxiety go through your body, because you start becoming irrational. So does that make sense? I'm not telling you from a therapy standpoint, do this. I'm telling you what happens to your psyche when you are going through these sort of, like, episodes. But he's talking to me about, like, when this starts happening, you become very, very irrational about your emotions, and it's almost like you're being irrational. So it's like you think the world is falling apart. Every single person in your life hates you. And your brain, like, your logical part of your brain says, no, that's not happening. Like, what could you have possibly done to make that happen? Like, that is not happening. But you can't get the feeling out of your body. Does that make sense? That's what he's telling me. So that's what he's trying to help you with, is he's trying to help figure out how to regulate your body so that it doesn't have this, like, feedback loop once it gets too full. I completely understand what it is. It makes total sense, because when I have it happen, I ask myself, how do I revert, because it's way too much. Yeah. It's like once your cup is full, it's like this obsessive feedback loop in your head of, no, it is the worst thing possible. But the logical part of your brain is like, that's not happening. Why do we feel like that? That's not happening. I know for a fact it's not happening. Here are all the logical reasons why it's not happening, which is why it's hard to talk to you about it, like, for your spirit guides, other people, whatever, because your mind has just made it a fact in your head. But it's just confusing. And I feel like the reason why it's confusing is because you're feeling it in your body. So, like, it's hard to invalidate. It's not invalidate. Invalidate's probably the wrong word for that. It, like, feels more real, if that makes sense. It's hard to go against what your body feels. It's kind of like mind over matter. So, like, when you feel really nauseous, it's really hard to, like, not feel like you're going to throw up, or, like, convince yourself you're going to throw up. It's kind of like that. It's mind over matter. But that is very, very hard when you are physically experiencing it through your body. Do you have questions for him? While you answer, there are still 3 more reading slots if you guys are interested. After Mari, I have Litzy. Litzy would be next. So let me know if you have questions, Mari. but he like won't show me a physical form of himself. He's kind of, I feel like he's always behind you. I don't know if you carry your like stress and trauma in your shoulders and the back of your neck, but that's like where I feel like he sits on top of you and like pulls the energy out of you, pulls the negative energy. The physical experience does throw me off. Yeah. I wanted to wave hi to my blue guide real quick before asking questions. Yeah. Hope both of you are doing well. From Litzy. My Riker cam.
Hello.
Yeah, Riker's making a really cool D&D world, and I'm excited about it.
We're approaching collision.
Oh, you're gonna make things collide.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Riker's making a like fantasy world for a D&D thing, and they are trying to make it as realistic as possible. So they are taking the software that takes tectonic plates and moves it through time, kind of like how Pangea on Earth split apart. And they're doing that for their D&D world so that they can like help place the like climate, the biomes, as well as mountain ranges and shit like that. I'm very excited about it. Because it's so cool. Tiny. You'll be after Litzy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for purchasing readings. It really helps me out. It helps both of us out with my puppy cam for Riker. It's very cute. It makes me happy. But yeah, Mari, let me know if you have questions before I move on to Litzy. Okay. Is the voice that sounds like me that tells me what to do emotionally or logically, the way this guide helps to talk to me? Is it okay to ask just how many guides I have, or is that a stretch? So for your first question, I have a pendulum. I feel like okay. He says that it is him. I was gonna say that it's not. But my pendulum says otherwise. So I do think that what you're talking about is him. The reason why I'm like, I'm not sure, is because he is very like feeling based. He's very much like, he feels like a weighted blanket, but also a cloud at the same time. And I feel like he, I don't know. What he's showing me is it's like he makes himself like a gas form and like makes you feel like better, helps to like regulate the like chemicals in your brain, like gives you like dopamine. That sounds so cool, but very tedious.
It is.
Yeah, maybe I can show you guys after a few readings. Oh, for sure. I need to watch or see this thing collide with something else. For how many guides you have, that one is a little bit, I don't know that I can tell you that exactly because people have a lot of guides. And it's not necessarily that they're going to tell me that, but I can look and see how many will come forward for you. So what I'm about to do, I usually will tell them to like line up on like a straight line, and anything that is over to my left hand side is past, and anything over to the right hand side is future. Usually I can't see more things in the future because there are things that I can't, like, I'm not allowed to see. But spirit guides, sorry, asking questions. Okay, I feel like there's a, like, very powerful masculine presence that has been talking to you a lot. He is black and blue. He's in a suit and has a mustache and, like, a cool hat. Just thought I would let you know. That's probably the most prominent one, and that's in this line. He has a lot of energy. I don't think he was first, though. He was, like... when you were, like, becoming more of an adult, like, after like, high school-esque area? When you started making, like, big choices for your life? But let's see. I see a purple guide, we have dragon guide, blue guide, the guide that I just told you about, which is red. This man with a mustache. There's a yellow male guide. I feel like you also have a yellow female guide. I feel like you have a lot of red guides. Sorry, I don't know if you should count. I think I had 5. So purple, dragon, red, blue, man in a suit, 2 yellow guides. I feel like you have more red guides. I feel like you have, like, 2 of those. Is twins significant in your life? Because I feel like you do a lot of things in 2s. That's so cool, but yes, I do feel like what the red-orange guide does is working. Yes, I would like to see. I tried to get into D&D, but my ADHD brain makes it hard to focus on one thing at a time. And then I feel like there's a green guide as well. So I'd say about 10 that I see right now. But yeah, I hope things resonated. Are the colors how you organize them or how they are showing themselves to you? This is amazing. So they usually will tell me colors because it's the easiest and fastest way to say what they are doing for you. Because the colors can change to an extent based upon if they, like, change what, like, you're going to grow, so they're going to adapt to whatever you're helping them with. But it is a very quick and easy way for me to identify a spirit guide and put them into, like, categories of, like, you're going to help with understanding, you're going to help with emotions, you're going to help with, like, trauma. So I will usually identify spirit guides by colors themselves first. But again, spirit guides are just energy, so they can be determined by many different, like, factors. Funny to mention about the 2s, I group things in 2s by default, by letters or things. Yeah, because I feel like a lot of your spirit guides, they just keep saying, like, twins, like, things, like, you do things in 2s. So, I don't know how that works, but you have a lot of red guides, which I feel like you need a lot of, like, they want me to say, like, a physical, like, feeling physical, like, validation. I don't know if that's the right word. It's kind of like you feel so much in your body that it is hard to, like, process it into an emotion. So you have a lot of red spirit guides that help with, like, the tactile feelings of things. Okay, so there should be one more in there, and then I have Tiny. Oh wait, sorry. I have Litzy, and then I have Tiny and Vivian. So Litzy, you're next. And Litzy, have I done spirit guide readings for you in the past? And if so, have I told you about a yellow spirit guide? Yellow and purple. I'm certain I did not told you about a yellow and purple guide. Okay. She's female. I feel like she deals with, like, the sun and the moon. She deals with, like, cycles. Yes, many. I know I have a gold spirit guide. Yeah, the reason why I'm like, I know I've never told you about this spirit guide is because I don't think I've ever seen a yellow and a purple spirit guide. And then Mari says, I'm feeling overwhelmed or like slightly overwhelmed or odd when receiving compliments. I'm learning to accept them. What you said has been very helpful. Thank you so much. No problem. But yeah, Litzy, I feel like this guide helps with cycles of things. And it's very much like, I don't know, the way she explains things is confusing. She like makes me feel like you go through like periods where it's like really, really awful, and then you go through periods where it's really, really great, and it just like goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it's just like being on a roller coaster. And I say it like that as someone that I feel like I've come from a lot of bad things. And it's hard for me to get out of the bad things, but she's like, you go through good and bad phases as much as like you go through the cycles of the good and bad, just like the sun and moon switch places. Sorry, I'm like asking her questions. It's like talking to two different people. So I'm like, who is talking? Why are you saying things like this? It's just like, it's very contradictory. She says the moon aspect of her has come out and is out now. Meaning things seem very dark, but you're doing a lot of like healing of seeing repressed emotions, but I feel like when you're seeing them, it's not necessarily in a like, I am healing from this and it's productive, or it feels productive. It feels like you're backpedaling. Yeah, she also says it feels like time has stopped. Okay. Sorry, I'm like asking her for validation of things because she's like telling me about your soul type, because I'm like, this is a very weird reading. I feel like you are one of those souls that deals with the like continuation of a cycle. And what that means is, if you know anything about like the soul types that we were talking about a while ago, people are categorized based upon what Riker and I have learned through a lot of like past life regression type things, that people can be a life soul or a death soul or a combination of the two, like in a gray area type of way. And I feel like you are a gray area type soul. So you deal with both aspects of the like life and death. And it's very confusing. So I feel like a lot of times in your life, I feel like you have like these really, really good friends. Like you have just put all of your energy into this friend group, and then the next thing you know it, all of them are gone within the blink of an eye. And I feel like you do that like constantly with a lot of things in your life. Like, oh, I have the most perfect job. I'm doing the most perfect thing. It's my dream. And then all of a sudden you're like, I don't know if it's my dream. Maybe I do something else. Yes, my mind is very contradictory, and usually when things are bad, I have this feeling of just waiting for things to get better. Yeah, it's a lot of like cycling. It's like you live life and then you like look at your life, like you're forced to look back in your life and like reevaluate what's happened. I know I deal with more of the death side, but I deal with the fire that destroys. But is indeed for things to grow. I feel like it is both sides, but you feel the death harder. Because I feel like it is very much equal. But, dealing with the death side is a lot harder than dealing with the life side. They say... This is probably like... I don't know what the right word is. But they basically said... Life is short, but death is forever. That sort of thing. So they're like, death usually lasts a lot longer than the life aspect of things. So you as a soul, you deal with the cycle of life and death. Death feels a lot more daunting. But I should say like what the colors for her mean. Yellow deals with emotional intelligence, and deals with like figuring things out in your head. She also gives me a warm, positive, happy feeling for it. And then the purple side of her, purple deals with like the mental space, and it deals with like not figuring things out in your head, that's yellow, but it deals with like the psychic space. So a lot of times people that have purple spirit guides, they kind of get caught up in their head. They are deep thinkers. They are maladaptive daydreamers. They are that type of thing. And what's interesting, which is why I knew I haven't told you a spirit guide like this, is purple and yellow are complementary colors. So they are kind of like the same idea, but a little bit different. So it is the difference between like I don't know. It's kind of like you're experiencing your emotions more at the surface with the yellow, and then with the purple, you're experiencing your emotions more on a deep, repressed sort of way, in the sense of you are able to see the repressed emotions. What she looks like, she has white hair, which is interesting. She has long white hair, and it covers one of her eyes. Like, she has bangs that covers one of her eyes, and then it's in like a big thick braid that goes down in front of her like body. She's in a, and this is the moon aspect of her, because she looks different when she's in her sun aspect. But her moon aspect, she has white hair, and then her outfit is like purple and blues, and she's in a dress that goes down to the floor, and she has a like staff that's pretty. And then her sun aspect, her hair gets curly, and it has more of a like yellow blonde coloring to it, but it's still very, very light. It's kind of like the light just gives her more color in general. And then she's in this like cutesy little tutu that's yellow. Sorry, I'm like asking her questions, but I'm like, what is important? And she's like, everything is important. I do a lot of things. And I'm like, but why are you talking to me? And she's like, cycles. I'm like, okay. I feel like you're learning a lot about your truth lately. And it has been difficult to climb that ladder because you feel, she makes me feel like you've been seeing a lot of areas in which you are sort of like settling, and she's like, that's not going to be good long term, so I'm trying to teach you more of balance. So she's even talking about like the cycles. You feel one side is heavier than the other. It's learning balance. Everything you said so far makes sense. She wants me to say that, because I'm like, okay, if you're balanced and we're saying that the moon side of you is heavier, why are you showing yourself to me as the moon aspect? And she's like, well, in order for you to spend more time in the sun aspect where things are like warm, positive, easier, you need to be able to look at the things in the dark moon aspect, because it's going to make that side less heavy. So there's things that you need to process with her in order to make it feel like the death side or the moon side is not as heavy to carry. Because she's like, the more you're able to like learn about yourself and process, the more you will be able to lift that up to have it more be an even playing field. It will make it feel less anxiety filled of losing the good things again. It's kind of like having like more of a healthy relationship with you and your emotions. I need to sneeze, hold on.
Bless you.
Has to tell me bless me before I do it so it stops me in my tracks.
Never.
Yeah, that's why I learned to stop telling Riker I'm gonna sneeze before I sneeze. And I've also learned to listen to someone say bless me and still sneeze. Gotta change my tactic. Gotta write that down. Chemical Squirrel, when did you find out you could talk to spirit guides? Did it get easier the more you did it? I'd say like 4 years ago, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I started another business, and that's when I started reading tarot. And when I started reading tarot, I started feeling like there was someone sitting across from me telling me about the cards. And then I realized those were spirit guides. And then it kind of snowballed from there. And my spirit guides kind of taught me how to, like, whatever, read, stuff like that. But I do feel like everybody can do it. It is just about learning how your brain works in order to do it. But yeah, Litzy, do you have questions about her? But I've always felt spirit guides are like the thing that is easiest for me to talk to. And I feel like it's mostly because I just have an interest in spirit guides. And it's also like, I don't know, I've been surrounded by other people who have like claimed the medium title for a very long time. Like I grew up with them. And I've literally had people like tell me about Zeroth, like over like multiple different people tell me about my spirit guide Zeroth, who is a big blue shape-shifting cloud. And just to hear that someone was there when I felt like I was so completely alone and everybody wanted me like gone was enough to like keep me here. So that's why I like doing spirit guide readings. 4 years ago, time flies. Yeah, I think because I started metaphysical content on YouTube at the end of 2020. And then like a year later, I was like, wait a minute, you're telling me I'm talking to spirits? And that's how that worked. Crazy. I don't have questions, but I do have a black... Wait. But do I have a black, gray, or white spirit guide? You do have a gray one, I can tell you that much. He's, like, masculine and he's, like, smoke. He, like, looks human-shaped, and then when he walks around, smoke, like, particle effects off his back. He says that he can appear as a black spirit guide as well. He's in a black suit. And he's like, I can facilitate, because gray for me usually deals with dissociation, but in a very foggy sort of way, which is probably why he's smoke. And then black deals with dissociation in a kind of like nothingness sort of way. And I feel like he facilitates both of them. but he does it through a foggy sensation, so it's kind of like it's there, but it's not. I don't know if that makes sense. But he's a bit trying to figure out how to say this nicely. Well, I'll just say he's a bit mean. So I've been trying to connect with my spirit guides. I'm very new to the side of spirituality. How I started, and this is the easiest thing you can do, and anyone can do this, figure out a sign and symbol. Make sure it is significant to you or detailed to you. And then you can ask your spirit guides to show you that sign and symbol. So, for example, I told them that I wanted to get rainbows, and they will give me rainbows. I told them rainbows for yes and bones for no, and they basically like validated that those were signs for me by giving me both at the same time. But you can ask for anything. I've asked for like, can you tell me this is gonna go well by giving me an outline of a pink heart, and they will give that to you, and it is really weird when it happens. Or like I told Riker the other day, one of the signs and symbols I gave them was a sword and a rock, like an Excalibur type thing. So that's the easiest way to start talking to your spirit guides. I got an ad, but I thought so I can picture him in my mind, so I just had to check. He's assertive, isn't he? Yeah. He's a bit like nails on a chalkboard for me. Is very much like, I know you would like to ignore me, but I don't think you can. So, yes. You're correct. White spirit guide, though. I feel like you do have a white spirit guide. He's male. He has long white hair. Are you an angel? Wait, are you a spirit guide? Yes. Are you an angel? I feel like he's an angel of some sort. He's very tall. He has long white hair, and it's pulled back into like a ponytail, and then he has wings. So, good luck with that. Wait. I have another question for him. Are you forward? No. He's not forward yet. Long white hair reminds me of anime. Listen, half the time your spirit guides are telling me what they look like in anime form because that's all they have to use in my brain. So sorry. I love that symbol. I got a tarot deck a few weeks ago. It was just calling to me. Could that have been influenced by my spirit guides? Yes, that is something that they can definitely do. They can also choose their own signs and symbols for you, which is like really weird. It's kind of like you'll start seeing things in your environment all the time and like weird shit will happen. But they can choose to make shit like that happen. So like, for example, our spirit guide, Richard, he likes to sing nursery rhymes. And he like had me start singing it, and I was singing it nonstop for like 2 weeks, and I was singing the 1-2 Buckle My Shoe song. And then we figured out that this song, like each number that it like lined up with a week. So it explained, like it gave us a hint about what was going to happen that week. And it's crazy because that like showed up multiple times. Like my mom was singing it to my niece. Or like he started singing the Itsy Bitsy Spider. And like we'll watch movie trailers and they'll just start singing the Itsy Bitsy Spider. It's fine. They will choose the signs and symbols for you as well. It's all good, but I don't need him yet. Is that why he's not forward? Will they let you know what they deal with specifically? Yeah, I feel like whatever he's supposed to help you with, you haven't gone through in life. He's still helping you get to that point. But whatever transition in your life, perspective change hasn't happened yet, so he's not fully, like, forward. White spirit guides usually deal with adaptability. I feel like there's going to be a very big shift in your life. With future guides, they can't tell me a lot of things that are going to happen because that can infringe upon your free will. But I feel like you're headed towards a lot of things shifting in your life. A lot of things. And he is going to be there to help you figure that out. But I'm going to move on to Tiny. Tiny, are you here? And have I read your spirit guides? If so, who have I told you about? Because you get a lot of readings as well. I think there is still one reading left. If people are interested. Sorry, I'm grabbing the link again. Let me make sure. Yeah, there's one left. So if people are interested in tarot readings, I do have that. Okie dokie, that gave me butterflies. Thank you for the reading. No problem. Yes, black male, purple female, and mustard male. Sounds like me. Okay. Sorry, I'm asking them questions. Give me a second. Trying to decide who is gonna step forward. Okay, you have a red female guide. So again, red deals with safety and security. So when you don't feel safe and secure, you get a red spirit guide. If a person thinks they might be sensitive spiritually, what would be a way to start honing that in a safe way? Sorry, I'm asking specifically for you. What I did was I started reading tarot cards, and that, like, helped open things up for me, but that isn't necessarily best for everyone. I feel like also journaling about things that are going on in your head makes them feel better to let things, like, out, to figure out what's going on in, like, with your gifts and stuff like that. I don't know, I have a purple spirit guide that's female telling me about paper flower. I feel like she's going to help you figure that out. I feel like writing or drawing things on a piece of paper is going to help you make the things in your head feel more real, because I feel like that's the thing that's kind of getting in the way. Does that make sense? I don't know if you do art or you write or both, but you need to get it out of your head, and that will allow you to start having realizations of when it's happening beyond that moment in time. But, Tiny, I feel like you have a red female spirit guide. Okay. Have you been having a hard time with relationships with other people? I feel like you have been starting to... Okay. Here's what they are telling me. They make me feel like you are equally putting yourself down as you are trying to find your voice. But they're also telling me that is what's making the insecurities even louder because you are in the process of the realization that they are there. No, I've been beefing with my cat, though. That's fun. Like, maybe that's the most important relationship. What they're telling me is they make me feel like you've been doing a lot of, like, healing. You've been doing a lot of work on understanding yourself. You're learning how to use your voice. You're learning that your ideas are valid. But at the same time, it is showing where your insecurities are, in the sense of feeling like you're, like, not worthy of, like, these good things, these happy things. Does that make sense? It's kind of like a, they want me to say you are finding your light, and the more you find your light, the more it will reveal the shadows that caused your light to dim in the first place. So, because you are learning things about you and trying to heal, like, mental health things, and, like, trying to learn about yourself, trying to stand up for yourself, trying to do those things, you are also equally seeing how, like, little you thought of yourself. Yeah. I'm bad at that. I will say something positive, but then I'll dump a negative on it. Yeah, I feel like she is helping you to connect the dots. Because she's talking about, I don't know, the vibe that I'm getting is that you're, like, in the process of trying to level up. And what that means is you're changing your perspective in a way that's going to lead you to your best personal self. But in order to do that, you need to be ready and willing to look at your insecurities in the face. But in the past, the reason why you were able to exist with these insecurities is because you had coping mechanisms that, like, helped compensate for those things. So it's kind of like a way of avoidance almost, or a way of, like, mediating the anxiety surrounding it. Coping mechanisms. However, if you level up, those coping mechanisms are not going to work anymore. They're just going to trigger the insecurities that you already have. So it's kind of like if you have an insecurity that says that you suck and that you can't do anything good, how are you going to be successful if that is your belief system? How are you going to allow yourself to be successful? You're going to continuously pull yourself down. You're going to be the one that gets in your own way. So it's kind of like if you want to go after this, like, crazy job, your belief system is going to make you backpedal and believe that you can't do it. So in order for you to go up to the next level, your light is casting shadows on your insecurities. So she is helping you to see the insecurities, why they're happening, how they play out in your, like, daily life, and how those things can be overcome. Because it's kind of like, they want me to say it is about learning what your value is. I'm trying to be better, but I've been struggling really hard not to bury that progress. Because they say that you feel like you need to earn value, which is why I was like, are things happening in relationships for you? Because I feel like you might switch some of your relationships once this starts, like, going in full form. I don't feel like it's going to be, like, catastrophic by any means, but anyone that is, like, benefiting from your old mindset is going to not benefit anymore, and they're either going to need to figure it out or they're going to leave. When you're going to be the one that's like, I don't need this, like, boundary setting. But they're like, right now, it's like right now you would let anyone step all over you because at least you would be valuable to them. And that's how you are equating your value. And they're like, that idea is affecting a lot of things in your life. That belief system is forcing you to continue to be walked over. So they're like, you're starting to learn who you are, and that's a problem. Because you're not going to continue to lay on the ground and let people do that. That's not who your value is. Your value is the person that you're starting to see. Like, you don't have to be anyone that other people don't want. Like, you can be whoever you want, even though people don't like it. Does that make sense? She says that she's helping you to, she's helping specifically with the insecurities. And do you have questions? Let me look at this. I'm sorry. Let's see. After Tiny, I have Vivian. Yes. Is she the one that currently giving me the weird anxious feeling I've been feeling today? She says no. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I pulled a few cards for you. And it's just funny because the first card I pulled was anxiety. Which is the Nine of Swords. Anxiety. She says you haven't been listening to your gut feelings and you've been denying yourself your passions and desires, all in an attempt to continue to mask, because they make me feel like you're the kind of person that needs to have everything together. You need to like have everything in certain boxes. You need to be like, everything needs to be perfect, like perfectionism. And that perfectionism causes you not to listen to your gut, your intuition. And not doing that also is preventing you from going after dreams that seem out of the box for you. Sorry, ads! Rude. Rude ads. I tried to turn them on low so that there would be less of them, but... Does it, like, tell me I'm doing that? No. Are you back? I can repeat it. And I feel like it's always good timing. But I feel like your anxiety is coming from your insecurities, and that's more so what she is helping you with. So
I'll be back.
now you get to see the little empty box of Riker. I caught the first bit of it, missed the first bit of it. Right, ads. Ads! Yes. So, what she told me is I feel like you're the type of person that has things in a perfect sense. They're in a box. You have everything together. However, that is causing you to not listen to your intuition and to think that fairy tales are not real. So anything that goes outside of your box feels impossible, but you're not listening to your intuition that's going to allow you to do those things. So it's like, if you have the belief system that things will just manifest out of the ether, then things will just happen for you. Like, look at my job. I literally talk to dead people for a living. the impossible is possible. So they're like, she may not be the one that caused the anxiety, but she is the one that's helping with those insecurities that are causing the anxiety. Does that make sense? Hello. I had to have lunch with my boss, but it's over now, yay. What did you have for lunch? Usually they give you good lunches and you have lunch with your boss. Oh, okay, because as I said, I've been beefing with my cat and like trying to work on my situation and have been like worrying over life things. It's been a struggle because it feels scary right now. I know what you mean. Because like I talk about a lot in content, Riker and I struggle to meet ends meet, and it's very much like the like thing that people say when they're like very poor and they're like, you just make it work. I do not understand that fully until I am now saying it. Like, can I afford my bills? No. But am I making it work? Somehow, I have no idea. But I understand the fear. It is very hard to do anything that involves your dreams at all when you are in a state of survival. But when you're in a state of survival, you're not gonna take shit from like fucking Susie over there telling you that they don't like your personality. Like, that shit doesn't matter anymore, which is why there's a lot of things changing. It was a bad lunch, pork curry, but not enough sauce, and pork was tough. Yeah, that would not be a good meal for me. I don't know, I used to have a corporate job with, like, the best boss I've ever had, I think. She was so sweet, and we, like, would go to Italian restaurants with, like, the marketing team and stuff, and it was amazing, because also, her boss, which is my boss's boss, also was really nice, and it was amazing. They got amazing food. Don't take Susie's shit, literally. Susie, she's a bitch. So, that's how I feel, because I'm like, I don't have time to, like, pretend that what you're doing isn't problematic. So, like, leave me alone. So, I hate that statement. Low-key making it work. Because people are like, what do you mean? How are you making it work? I'm like, I don't know. That's the part that I didn't understand until it happened to me, is the, like, when people say they make it work, they don't know how it happens. Truly. Pardon my French. Oh no, it's great because of the two S's. Don't take Susie's shit. Long story short. Yeah, last I have Vivian. There's still a reading left. But if you guys don't want to do spirit guide readings, we can do something else. I could do tarot readings. Tarot readings are cheaper. So I get the spirit guide readings are a bit expensive. But that's the link if you guys are interested. I think there's one left. The everything's fine meme popped in my head. With dogs sitting sipping tea and the house is on fire in the back. Listen, I started this stream talking about my pet sitter coming in watching our house. When he watched our house last year when me and my family went on vacation, there were like several tornadoes in my area. Like the insurance people and the tree people that were coming in were like, we haven't seen something this bad in like 50 fucking years. I'm like, I don't live in a tornado area. Fucking global warming. And like, we probably had like maybe 10, 11 trees, 15 trees crushing our garage in the back. That is like very much like, oh, are you in a good situation to like have your like literal property, like, destroyed? No. You just make it happen. Everything's fine. It's fine. Anyways, thank you for the reading. No problem. Hi, I've been focused on learning astrology and had the revelation that I'm very in line with Venus energy. Could you talk to me about the guide helping me with that? Also, dream work, if anything, on that. What's your top 3? If we're going to be talking about astrology, I need to know what your top 3 is. Because I don't know. I just made friends with a Libra. And I think Libras are hilarious. Because if you don't know, Libras are ruled by Venus. The other thing that's ruled by Venus are Tauruses. And I think that is hilarious. Because a Taurus and a Libra are so different. But they're ruled by the same fucking planet. And they all just got fucking moves. Like, if you ever have a Libra, like, especially a female Libra in your life, even a male Libra, they just have puppy dogs following them around that have heart eyes. Like, when I was a child, I went to this, like, small, like, school, like, grade school, and there was a Libra man, like, a Libra dude, I guess he was a man, he was a child, that all of the girls simped for. Fucking Libras, my guy. Leo rising with Venus in first house, conjunct ascendant Cancer. Wait. Okay. Cancer, Sun, Capricorn, Moon. Leo rising. And Venus is in your first house. Conjunct ascendant. God damn. Sorry, I'm processing. Cancer, Sun. Wow. That is a bit confusing, I feel like. You have, like, almost all 4 in your big 3. You have a fire sign, a water sign, and an earth sign. My best friend is a Libra. The vibes are accurate. I don't know how they do it. They're like, these people won't stop telling me they're in love with me. I'm not in love with them. I don't want to talk to them about it anymore. Which... Oh no, that person was a Capricorn. I'm like, I feel like I had another friend that was a Libra. No, she's a Capricorn. It's fine, it's fine. My son is a Libra, and he is the best. So funny and sweet, but also a complete smartass. That's probably from something else. He probably has, like, Virgo and Mercury or something. Because I can see a Virgo be doing that shit. A lot of people, a lot of things will do that, but Virgo energy. I'm like, having a smartass come from a Virgo. I'm sorry, I am focusing. We're doing spirit guide readings for Vivian. Sorry, I literally could, like, shit talk astrology things all day long. Okay. Can you tell me a guide helping me with that? Also dream work, if anything, on that. Okay. Okay, I see a female spirit guide, and this is the one in regards to your question. She's female, and I feel like she is white and purple, but she's more so purple. She, like, reminds me of a glacier moving. Gosh, we've been watching Seven Deadly Sins, which is an anime. She looks like Elizabeth. She looks like Princess Elizabeth. Hold on. Please hold. It'll get you a picture. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I have one that's, like, appropriate. I feel like this one's fine. Oh no, this one for sure. Oh, she's tiny! Here, you can have this one for sure. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know what else will come through this, but she looks like this. Wait, visit site. There. That's what she looks like. She's so cute. But she, like, reminds me of a glacier. She's talking about slowing down. She's like, glaciers move very, very slowly. And if you try to speed things up or take advantage of things, they will melt. It talks about the fragility of life. She talks about finding things that are actually important to you. You feel like you don't deserve things, and she is disregarding that. She's like, that's a silly thing to think, and you know it's silly. But usually when I get specific characters from things, it tells me information about the spirit guide themselves. So first off, I feel like you're hiding things. I feel like you're hiding things. And I feel like you might be hiding them from yourself as well. It's like things about yourself you didn't want to see, the things about yourself you don't want to feel. I feel like you're experiencing a lot of emotions. Things might be difficult, but you're trying to keep a positive mind by not seeing that, and that's not really going so well. Because they're like, once, they want to say once you remember it, it's like it starts a war in your head, and you can't get out of the spiral. Does that make sense? Yes, very cute. Yeah. Little Elizabeth. She's little there, apparently. Cheez-Its. Hi. You should give me one of your Cheez-Its. If you're planning on eating them. Sorry, it's a Cheez-It break. They're getting me a paper towel so I can have Cheez-Its. And you can hear me crunching while doing readings. Oh, wow! I got Cheez-Its. Can't hear you.
Those s'mores bites.
They're so good. We got these s'mores bites from Costco. And they are, I'm pretty sure they're crackers, and then I think they have butter and like brown sugar, and then there is marshmallows on top, and then they are completely covered with chocolate.
It's caramel.
Oh, there's caramel.
Chocolate, marshmallow, and like graham cracker.
It's so good. It's amazing. Best thing I've ever eaten. They're addictive. I also feel like you are not the type to, I don't know. The thing with this character is she's supposed to, when you look her in the eye, it's supposed to make you lose your will to fight, and I feel like you might be wary of conflict. Which makes sense with, like, we're talking about Venus and stuff like that, and she's like, the thing that you don't know about Venus, because I was expecting to have, like, I don't know, some, like, girly pop, like, pink guide coming forward, but we have her instead, and she is very, like, more on the darker aspects of femininity, which I wasn't really expecting, and she is talking about the darker aspects of, like, relationships with people. In order for you to have strong relationships, you have to be able to communicate in a way that promotes emotional, like, safety, and that goes in both ways. So she's, like, talking about how she has been helping you to learn the balance because of the fragility of life. Because as much as we can feel attack and defensive during hard conversations, we can also be the ones to say or do things unintentionally to invalidate the other person's emotions. Was thinking girly pop to princess. Yeah, so I was like, okay, you're not like pink and bubbly, but you do have, like, a strong feminine presence. I should also say that the first card that came out, too, was my marriage card. The Two of Cups. So, if you need more cringe, cheesy shit, we got it going on. Are we talking trauma with friendships or performance? All of the relationships that you have in your life. Anything that deals with, like... Sorry, I'm asking her. She doesn't want to use the word love because there's different context of what that means. We have different love for different people. People like to make love look black and white, which is why it's very confusing of why when people say they're in love with someone and then break up with them and now they don't love them anymore, even though love is a infinite, non-conditional type thing. She says there's different types of human love. So she's like, I am here to help explain different aspects of love, relationships, communication, all of those types of things. She also speaks very clairaudiently. This is a conflict with my brother. Partially, I get defensive and invalidate. She's also saying that, she wants to say the harder relationships you have in your life bring that to light a lot stronger than the ones where things are easier. However, the ones where things are easier, are they easier because there is no conflict? Or is it easier because we are, like, hiding it to protect other people's emotions? Does that make sense? Because it's like, with your brother, you probably speak in a different, like, way. So you sometimes, like, miss each other. So the conflict is a lot louder because you are having a hard time, like, understanding each other fully. So it makes it louder, the holes that you have within your communication styles that can be seen through your other relationships as well. So what she's talking about is, sorry, I'm catching up with what she's saying. What she's saying is, in the relationships where you don't have a lot of quote-unquote conflict, are those relationships truly non-confrontational, or are you guys just mediating each other's emotions to keep each other happy so that you won't leave? Does that make sense? Because they're like, if you have just a surface relationship with people, yes, it's a different kind of love. Are you okay with that? Or is your best friend, like, are you doing that with your best friend? Are you doing that with your partner? Are you challenging them and diving into the, like, deep personal conversations that may be hard to have, but will help your relationship grow? Does that make sense? It's kind of like when you have a relationship with someone, like you're in a romantic relationship and you don't fight for years and years and years. A lot of times that's not necessarily a good thing. And when I say fight, I don't mean like screaming at each other. I mean like having like disagreements and like that sort of thing. Brother is an Aries rising, ruled by Mars. The passion. And he's a Cancer sun, too. Wow. It's kind of funny, because you're kind of... I don't know. It's very funny. Because you also have Scorpio that's ruled by Mars as well. So, lots of passion from your brother. And then your husband, you have Pisces rising, Taurus the sun, and Virgo moon. I'll go start a fight with my husband right now. Just kidding. Yeah. It's kind of like those things. They're like when things make you uncomfortable, you need to be able to like form like conversations with these people to help dive deeper, like check in more. Yeah, I think Tauruses are fun. Tauruses are ruled by Venus. So Taurus has got some moves. However, they're a bit different than Libras. Libras are an air sign. So with Libras, you have them all like follow, like all of these puppy dogs following them around. Tauruses, they're just kind of like hopeless romantics almost. Let me know if you have questions. But she's so cute. She looks just like Elizabeth from the Seven Deadly Sins. We're on like season 4? It's on Netflix? We're on season 4 of Seven Deadly Sins. And Meliodas is Evil Kitty right now, and it is amazing. And Meliodas is the Sin of Wrath. But he's kind of like the main character. Hold on, I need to go back to my order listings. Anything on DreamWorks? She's also helping with that. Is she also helping with that? Might also be why she came forward, because Purple Spirit Guides usually do that. Purple, again, deals with the mental space, so usually we get Purple Spirit Guides, they'll talk to you in your head. DreamWork things. Have you been having nightmares? I'm just wondering. I feel like you're processing trauma with her through your dreams. Yeah, I wonder if you have nightmares. After Vivian, I have Gina. And then I'll ask you guys if you're interested in me restocking, or if you want me to restock tarot readings. We can do tarot readings instead. But yeah, let me know, chat. Do you want me to restock spirit guide readings or tarot readings? Paper Flower. I've never seen that anime before, no. It's a mix. Very much all the things. Yeah, I feel like she's helping you process trauma. Helping you process trauma, loss, insecurities. It's very, like, more trauma-based is what she's helping you specifically with. Ooh, for a while I would hear specific planets being named. Oh my god, I did the same thing with tarot. When I started reading tarot, they would tell me certain card names, and I didn't know what the card meaning was until I looked it up, but they would tell me, like, different card names. So, like, on one day they'd be like, look up the Hermit card, or, like, look up the Hierophant card, or something like that. I'm down for a spirit guide reading. Yeah, anyone else want me to restock spirit guide readings, which are the 65, or do you want to do tarot card readings, which are 35? Right, nice. What is with your relationship. I don't think it's like a bad thing. I should clarify before I like freak you out. It's like a call to look into them. Because this card keeps falling out of the deck for you. I think they're talking about your relationship. And that card is very much like close relationships. So it might be like your husband. Have things been hard for both of you? I don't think it's directed at each other. 7 Pentacles. Are you like trying to figure out new things? I feel like something happened and it caused a lot of like uproar in your life. Both of you. Because this card being upright is like very good. Yeah, I don't know. Because you say my relationship. Oh, husband. Yes. I feel like things in your life got flipped upside down. And things are hard. He doesn't ask for help. But I feel like you're trying to build something back up, but it's like, it's not working out so well. You're trying to like be there emotionally, but it's being like pushed back. So you're trying to approach it with more truth aspects to comfort. But I feel like things got flipped upside down for you guys. So I'm not sure if that is true or what's going on, but they keep wanting me to mention something about your relationship.
Hello? This is them.
He doesn't yell at me at all. And yelling throws me off. Hold on. Yeah. He doesn't ask for help, and any yelling throws me off. I want to help, but he doesn't yell at me. But seeing his frustration, tired, is tough. Yeah, because they're basically like, these two people are you. So the King of Swords is him, which the King of Swords is like someone that is, it's someone that has the authority over truth. So they are looking towards things that are factual. This is what's happening factually, and that's what they're focusing on. But you have the Queen of Cups in reverse, which is more emotionally based. But it's in reverse because I feel like this is being pushed back. This is what he needs, but he's like pushed, like, sorry, not what he needs, but this is what he's doing, and he's pushing this back. So it's like you need to approach it with that mindset. Does that make sense? You need to approach it with the like truth-based things of this is what's happening. You don't have to worry because this is what's happening. Like just insinuating everything is fine. It's kind of like giving them like things to focus on instead of like trying to pry is what she wants to say. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that is helpful, but she's talking about that. It makes a lot of sense. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna move on to Gina. Gina, are you here? I like need another bottle of water. Especially now that I have Cheez-Its. I wasn't expecting to have so many Cheez-Its. I'm a Cancer Mercury and love to talk about emotions. He's an Aries Mercury. So he talks with intensity.
That was my top surgery.
That's what I figured.
So Monday after we get back from vacation.
Cool.
I'll help you put into the calendar.
Riker got me a bottle of water. See? You ask the universe, and the universe, Riker, and they bring you water.
Did you want water?
Yeah.
Oh, I honestly didn't hear.
Really?
One for me, and I figured I would grab one for you because you probably would want one.
Manifestation. No, I literally got finished, like, putting my water bottle down and being like, I wish I had more water.
Oh, yeah, no, I had no idea.
And then you walked downstairs and gave me water, and I was like, see?
Telepathy.
And I was like, Jesus did turn water into wine. So. Thanks so much, Em. No problem. Okay, we're doing spirit guide readings. I keep forgetting where I am. Have I done spirit guide reading for you before, Gina? But also, after Gina's reading, when I restock, if Riker wants to show what they're doing, we can do that. Because Riker's building a D&D world from scratch. It's fun. You're a bona fide Jesus. Turning air into water. That's what manifestation is like. Jesus Christ literally came up to me and was like, you know what? You're manifesting wrong. The people on the internet are lying to you. I'm like, I did miracles. You don't have to, like, I don't know, pay $19.99 and wait 7 to 10 business days for your manifestations. Just make them happen. I had a green tree man, like Gronk, who helped create the world. Oh God, I remember that. Anyways. Okay. Let's see what I have for you today. Do we want to talk to you? Okay, we have a blue spirit guide. They're male. I don't know, they're telling me about the sky. Me when I'm thinking of drinking said juice, then juice appears in pantry next day. Man, I'm too good at this manifestation thing. That's what I'm saying. Chow chow.
Yeah, I want water, so I just want water.
Yeah, no, it was literally hilarious because I was like, God, I wish I had more water. And then like 3 seconds later, here's a bottle of water. So I thought you like heard me say it from upstairs.
No, I left my headphones down here because I was on the phone.
Right, right.
I didn't hear any of it.
What if I pay for manifestation? Do I get them faster?
Yes.
Or if you have the belief that they'll come faster than they will, Brendan. That's how manifestations work.
Something like that.
Something like that. That's what Jesus says. Oh gosh, wait. Gina, do you want to hear about the female blue spirit guide or the male blue spirit guide? The male blue spirit guide looks like a sky. But the female one is different. You choose. Okay, we're gonna do this female guide because she's a bit loud. Okay. So, blue spirit guides deal with higher spiritual understanding, so it is understanding beyond what is physically in front of you. I feel like these are for the boy spirit guide. So she's talking about like knowing your place in the world. She's talking about like taking up space. She says it is very weird for you to feel like you are human and taking up space as a physical being. I know that sounds like a very weird way of putting that. But she's like, you kind of just feel like you need a reason for doing it all. You need a reason for, like, living. You need a reason to, like, go after a job. So she's helping you to find a reason. Because she's talking about a lot of different areas in your life. Like, she's talking about friendships. And she is like, you're kind of confused as to where your place is in your friend group. Because you're like, you have an idea of who you think you're supposed to be, but it also kind of just feels weird. Very true. I struggle with dissociation. Sorry. I struggle with dissociating, and meaning is important to me. Yeah, it's kind of like you feel kind of like a robot and you need someone to tell you what to do. Because you're very, like, stressed out and, confused. So she's explaining it to me, like, within a friendship group. She's like, you know you're friends with these people, but you feel like you have to, like play a character within, like, this group of friends that you have. And you, like, feel like they know you, but at the same time, how much have you actually showed them on who you actually are? And it's kind of this, like, feeling of, like, your mind being numb, but also super anxious at the same time. It's kind of like you're so used to the anxiety in your brain that the constant, like, shaking is just become your normal. Does that make sense? So, she's been trying to help you find your footing. Very anxious and very numb. Yeah. She's talking about how because you say that you dissociate, but she says that you don't dissociate fully most of the time. She says that you still feel the anxiety, but you're just used to the feeling. Whereas there are people that fully forget things. And I feel like there was a period of time where you did that, but that is not right now. I feel like when you were doing that, it was very scary. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like when you were, like, fully dissociating, like, did not remember what happened throughout the day type dissociation, you're a bit nervous about it. It's very, like, polarizing. So, yeah. Because the feeling that I'm getting, it's kind of like your brain is, like, shaking, like, having, like, internal, like, tremors almost, and that is just... the feeling about it is just like, that's just my normal everyday. You get used to it. But while you're doing it, I feel like you're very, very depersonalized. Meaning, it's kind of like you're, like, watching yourself do it on a TV. It's like you're not in your body, like, your body just does it. Like, and when I say it, like, the day-to-day just exists. You just kind of, like, watch it do it. Like, watch your body do it. And she... Sorry. I'm, like, asking things about her. And she, like, showed me that she turns red for certain times of the day. I feel like when she's red... it causes you to, like, fully shut down almost. Because she's, like, talking about, like, red light, green light. So she's like, there is a period, like, there's a point of if you go beyond the, like, normal typical day, it absolutely, like, wrecks you. So she's like, at those periods of the day, it's kind of, like, best to, like, sleep. And although that sounds probably, like, weird. And like, again, not a therapist. If you're interested in therapy things, we have that in our like description of our what is this? This is a live stream. So I can't give you advice about that, but she's talking about like you reaching a point of pure mental exhaustion because you constantly have this like anxiety buzzing in your head, and that anxiety buzzing is like incredibly exhausting to have. I do therapy. Fantastic. That's great. I just want to make sure that like you're not taking what I'm saying as a therapy standpoint, because I don't know. I don't know if going to sleep when you feel exhausted is like good mentally, so I just want to like point that out there. But she's talking about you being like so mentally exhausted about the day-to-day, like if something out of the ordinary that's hard happens in your life, you can't handle it. And you're like confused as to why you can't handle it because it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. But when you are constantly on edge and your brain is constantly running at 100 miles a minute, like, or sorry, 100 miles per second, like you are exhausted all the time. So she's like, there are periods where I have to comfort and like basically kind of like shut down things for you so that you don't overexert yourself. And then when she goes back to being blue, because like I said before, red usually deals with like feeling safety and security. So when you don't feel safe and secure, you have a red spirit guide. But she's talking about when she goes back to being blue, then she's helping you to understand things again. Because she's trying to slowly pull you out of the dissociation that you were like a few years prior, where it was kind of like dead dissociation. You don't remember anything from it. So she's like, I'm trying to slowly pull you out, because if I pull you out too fast, you're going to go straight back into it. So. And the way that she does that, again, is through understanding. Sorry, I'm like trying to make sure I say all the things that are in my head, but she does it through understanding. She's a bit loud in the sense of like you can't not listen to her. She's loud, comforting. She's kind of like stern in a like motherly sense, because I feel like there was a period in your life, and it probably still is going on, where you have like very little care for yourself. Like you don't have the capacity to care about yourself, and the value that you like put yourself at is also kind of like overwhelming. So she is kind of manhandling a little bit and like trying to force you to like do things when you really don't want to, because you don't think that you're worth it. She's like, you are worth it. You're going to do it. You're going to feel better after you do it. So just do it. That's kind of the vibe. Do have questions for her. And then Gina, you're my last reading.
Did you say something to me?
Oh no, I was talking to Gina. I said that she's my last one. So I'm thinking about, do you guys want tarot readings? Or spirit guide readings? They're still going to be paid. What does she look like? She has her hair pulled up in like a high bun, and she's like a brunette. And she has bangs. God, she probably doesn't want me to say this, but I feel like she's very short and cute, but her energy is very loud. And I see her in this like rose-colored dress, but she's really, really short. Very cutesy. But yeah, do you guys want more readings? Hey, random question. What do spirit guides that look like twins, very similar, but have different energies represent for someone? It depends on the person. I have these cousins that are twins, which this doesn't always happen either, but because they spend their life together, because they have, I don't know, they spend their life together, they like live together, they like do everything together. They have spirit guides that are twins. Like one of them has one of them and the other one has the other one, and they look and do very similar things in a complementary way. But there are other spirit guides that say they're like twin type energy that help in like an opposite sort of manner. So it kind of depends. It depends on like what the spirit guide are or not, but there are spirit guides that like are twins. Ooh, I'd be down to get a tarot reading. Either is fine, spirit guide or tarot. Let's do tarot readings. Give me a minute. I have to set this up. I'm just eepy. I've been eepy since I woke up. Yeah, let me pull this up. And then once I add this. There's someone at our front door. Who is it?
FedEx.
FedEx. Oh, it might be puppy food.
It's like a giant.
Hopefully it's puppy food. Because I need puppy food. It's been so long. Oh god, no, that box looks very big.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Like.
I don't know. When you come back, you can show your things too. So, yeah. Ko-Fi. Get your tarot readings. Okay, so. Replace pin message. Okay, go click on that. Okay, so that's the new one. I probably should write it in the description, but I don't know if that will fuck some things up. But can I get the link for this? Okay. Let me set this up real quick. So if you guys are interested in a tarot reading, I just gave you guys a new link for it. And I am putting in all of the information. I could do probably 5 of those. 4. Let's do 4 of them, because I'm eepy. Okay, so if you guys are interested in a tarot reading, make sure to go on that. Like I said in the beginning, people say that going into PayPal ahead of time makes things real easy. It makes it go really fast. So I'm giving you an opportunity to click into there, sign into PayPal, get all of your shit, whatever, and 3, 2, 1.
Storage bins.
Storage bin.
The like big ones that I put in like the Amazon cart. It's a bunch of those. So the box literally comes up to my mid-thigh.
Oh my god.
But it's those.
Got you.
So.
And they're there. If you don't see them, refresh the page. But while you purchase that, Riker might be interested in showing you their things. I could do like the TikTok trend of, my boyfriend wants to show you their tectonic plates that are building their D&D world. Be supportive. And now I have to put this on the screen, so. Say you like it.
I'm
I'm still in the process of cleaning up the last stuff, so
You're good. People will be excited. Dude, I hope we get puppy food before we leave. I ordered it like a week ago. Fucking 4th of July. And the puppy food that I get is, it's prescription food because our dog is allergic to probably fucking meat at this point. So the vet has to approve it and then they can ship it out.
are you putting it on the stream?
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that you had it up here. Right?
Yeah.
Hold on. Give me a second. Fuck. Ignore what's happening. Oh my god.
Yeah, she's allergic to meat. We can't figure out exactly which one. It might be all meat, but you know for sure chicken.
Hey Loki, I'm just going to do this because it'll be so much easier. And then I'll fix your face later. And I'll sit over here. Okay, ready, go.
Ready? This is the super content. All of the plates.
They're building a world for D&D, and I'm excited. So, this is the world splitting apart over millions of years, like Pangea splitting apart on Earth.
Ignore these floating things because I'm breaking that. Splitting things. I haven't coded that yet to move. So this is over hundreds of millions. This is like 300 million.
300 million years?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that
I'm
shit up
finishing
there.
the 300.
I haven't seen this in a while. So are those hitting each other?
These ones down here, yeah.
That's fun.
These have created now a like new continent.
A big boy.
Shape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then this one might end up actually hitting
That guy.
this one. I don't know what this one is yet. It's also probably I don't know. Yeah, it's a
Fun. Yeah.
that's what I've been doing.
Because, you're trying to put it back together on the other side of the world, kind of, making it a supercontinent again. Yeah. I think that'll be so much fun. The possibilities for a D&D world are endless. I play a lot of Minecraft, but never D&D. D&D is so much fun! Oh, here, wait. Where is my things? Ignore what's happening to the screen if it's doing things. Okay, no, it's fine.
There, the echo should be gone now. Potentially. I don't know.
Cool. I haven't heard it, so...
Yeah, someone else said. But
Oh.
it's also we're in the same room.
Yeah.
So sometimes, especially M's mic is probably picking me up.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone always says that I'm the one that has the echo, but it's wrong. It's M that has the echo.
It's my fault. I'm evil kitty. Yeah. Might have a condenser mic. This... I don't think I'd be able to get this in frame. Don't look at this. This is my mic. It's an Elgato mic.
This is our podcast mic, so
Yeah.
this is a really good microphone.
This is a really good microphone. It's just a different kind. Yeah. Riker just has a dynamic mic, which basically only picks up sound from the front of it, and it doesn't pick up any other sound. It's supposed to. Condenser mic has more depth to the like sound, like you can sound more pretty instead of more podcasty. But that means it picks up all of the noise in the room. So, yeah, I got this mic before I like had someone down here.
Yeah, there's only so much we can do about it because we don't have. Well, I guess you have a
Yeah.
Go XLR, so we could hook up the other mic to
Yeah.
yours, but the problem is we have to move our mics back and forth for podcasting and stuff.
Mm-hmm. We only have 2 dynamic mics now. Ooh, I do have a mic upstairs.
True.
I just have to set up a audio interface for my computer, which I think is down there, and I've never been able to use it, so we'll figure it out though.
I can help you set it up. It's not.
Yeah, you have the same thing. Mine's just tiny.
Yeah, I mean, I have the other.
Oh yeah, because you have the big one.
Mm-hmm. Not that you really need the big one, honestly. The small one works just fine.
I've just never gotten the small one to work, so I don't know if you'll be able to. Probably you will. I don't know. I don't remember what's wrong with it.
That'll be a project for later.
A lot later. We're going on vacation. Okay, ignore this. I'm sure it's gonna hate this, but I'm doing it anyways. Okay, just kidding. I'm putting it back. Okay. So, now we're doing tarot card readings because it's my channel. I can do what I want. And you guys are, you're purchasing them. I think there's 2 left. Yeah, there's 2 left. So I whatever them at the top. Ah, got you. So it's not public. Are you talking about the live stream from yesterday?
I think talking about the Minecraft.
Ah.
The SMP.
Got you. Okay.
Eventually, I want to do a like community,
Minecraft.
like Minecraft server, but
We need money for that.
yeah, I don't have the funds to
Yeah.
like host a server for that.
But that would be so
at the
fun.
moment.
So, future talk. But, tarot readings. Hold on, give me a second. This is also tarot readings. Where? So, the link is at the top of chat. And here it is again. There should be 2 more in here. Yes. So if you guys are interested in that, there's that. The order of go, I have Dancing Hawk, and then I have Vivian. And let me pull out some different cards. Dude. Okay, I guess I can pull out both of these. It's just my headphones are going to choke me. You can also, I don't know, when we have time, you should also help me figure out why my headphones are quieter when I use that thing than they are when I plug them in. Is that normal? Okay. That's probably something else that I'm doing. That's something else I have to figure out, but...
You probably just need to like adjust the
settings.
settings.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't
I
done
know.
that.
I know.
Okay, cool. I can look into that too. I wasn't the one that set it up in the first place. Let's put it that way. But, Dancing Hawk, do you have a question for your tarot reading? Yeah, let me know if you have a question, Dancing Hawk. I don't. Whatever comes through is fine. Okay. So we'll do a general reading. I like opened this and then did not put the stuff I took out of it back. Okay. Okay. Seven of Swords. I feel like people are jealous of you. I know that is a way to start a reading. I feel like this card needs to be sideways. Okay. Hold on, I need one more in here. Okay. Alright, alright. So first card. We have the Knight of Wands. Oof. Lol. Just lol. Okay, you have the Knight of Wands. So this is like spicy energy. It's like someone that has a lot of creative ideas. You have a lot of like intuitive thoughts. Like you are kind of the idea guy. So Knight of Wands is someone that puts their ideas into motion, and not eyes. Knight of Wands is someone that puts their ideas into motions. They have a lot of inspired actions. They are like doers. They're go-getters. They want to go and achieve their dreams. The reason why I say people are jealous of you is the Seven of Swords. Bye, Brendan. The Seven of Swords is sideways. This is the card of deception. This card is sideways. Usually it represents, when it's sideways, outward deception becoming internalized and then becoming deception of self. I feel like there are people that are jealous of you. I don't know if you have friends that are a bit competitive, but in a negative way, like put you down because they want what you have. Because that's this vibe. Yeah. This is a spicy card. They're trying to make you believe, let me put it this way. They're trying to make you have the same insecurities that they have that are holding them back. I don't know who these people are, but they're jealous of you. They're jealous of you. They seem fine and good. It seems like it's all fun and games competitive, but like they want what you have. Honestly, my mother, lol. And then you have the Page of Swords in reverse. I feel like you don't really know how to deal with that. They say don't allow it to lead you astray. Because pages are, how do I want to say this? They're like, they don't have a lot of experience. They're kind of still in the learning process of things. They're very new to things. So they have a lot of naivete. And with the Page of Swords, it's in relation to like truth aspects of things. So when it is in reverse, it's kind of a like all talk, no action sort of thing. And I feel like that is based upon like someone misconstruing your truth, trying to put you down. It's hasty. It's spicy. It's not gonna work. So your next card, you have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is sideways, representing a decision or action. This is like, I read this card as divine love. It is alignment. So when you are perfectly in line with the universe, everything is so much easier. Like, it allows you to do anything that you could possibly want. It literally feels like you're going downstream. But it's sideways because you have that voice in your head that is from other people telling you that you shouldn't be doing that. It is the deception voices. This is a very spicy reading. It's all these people fucking manipulating the shit out of you and making you feel less than, even though you have this energy. Like, you have so so much spice, and they're fucking jealous. So, this is your choice of, do you want to continue to, like, make yourself small, or do you want to be big? Do you want to be in alignment with the things that are meant for you? Because right now you have been fighting inwards. This is 5 of Swords. It deals with conflict. When it's reversed, it's conflict with your truth inside of your head. So it's very much like other people are making you question things about yourself. Do you have questions? Hold on, I'll pull some more. But let me know if you have questions. I love how your answers are just lol. Yeah, I was like, lol. Don't worry, I dropped half the deck on the floor. The one that came out, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Let's do that and that. Hold on, I have to grab this card. Okay. It's making me giggle how accurate. Dude, it's making me giggle because I'm like, oh, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Okay, so you have the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles usually deals with, like, I usually view this card as, like, settling down. It is stability, wealth, family, that sort of thing. But I feel like this concept, settling down, is not great for you because you have the 8 of Swords, and the 8 of Swords makes you feel trapped. What is an action that would be in alignment? Earlier this week I had to set boundaries. That would be an example of setting, like, of doing an action in alignment. You will know when it's in alignment because it will be so easy. Like, if you feel like you're going upstream to do something, that's not in alignment with something. If you feel like you're going against your truth, going against how you view the world around you, if you feel like you're putting in hard work and it's just not working, you are not in alignment with the universe. And a lot of times that is based upon, like, your own belief systems. So if you have a belief in, or like for example, if you're working on something and it's just not working out, look into your head and your belief systems of, why is this not working out? Is this, like, something that's not going well with your mind and the way that you think? Is this something that you're being stressed because of the deadline? What is causing the, like, feeling like you're going upstream? And once you realize those things, then you can adapt the things that you're doing to make it go more in alignment. So, like, if you have a task and it's due in, like, 3 days and you are just having problem after problem after problem because the deadline is too short, push the deadline back. And then you're going to feel more aligned with things. And if you can't push the deadline back, maybe think about being in a different position in your job so that that doesn't happen again. I don't know if that makes sense. But that's just, like, a very surface level example. But yes. So you have settlement is making you feel trapped. So all of the things that people say that they want, of, like, I don't know, how your guides are just very sassy with how they say it. They're like the normal bitches of the world that just, like, want a husband and to be a stay-at-home mom and do whatever the fuck they want. That is so not you. That sounds like the worst thing possible for you. But you're also questioning, being like, maybe I'm, like, wrong, maybe I'm missing something. But I'm like, you are that, like, Knight of Wands. You have to be doing something, like, very, like, almost, like, out of pocket to make you feel better about existing. So that's why you're not living in alignment, because everybody else is just like, well, this is, like, what it looks like when you're successful. And you're like, really? I don't want it then. Because this card upright is usually good. But for you, it feels like a trap. And it's going to cause you to not go after your dreams. Because you have Ace of Pentacles reverse. Ace of Pentacles is a physical opportunity being offered to you. When it's in reverse, you're missing it. And the reason you're missing it is because you're focused on trying to be stable, like everyone tells you you're supposed to be. It doesn't make you happy at all. You would rather quit your job and then start talking on the internet about your like special interest. I feel like you'd be happier doing that even if it didn't make you money. Not that I'm encouraging you to do that. Please think before doing those things. Yeah. But they're like, that's gonna be the stuff that makes you feel like you need to be more aligned. You need to get out. You need to get away from the people that are jealous. Because I feel like it like makes you competitive because you like the competition, but it's unhealthy competition because they're making you feel like you have to chase them into the like life that you don't want for yourself. You're like, these people like want you to go to the top and like be like the like CEO, whatever. But that could be like further from what you want to do. But everyone says that that's like it. Lol, I'm a stay-at-home mom. Saw, dude. Even better. Now you can do whatever you fucking want. Which, I mean, within reason. You have a child. I'm very creative. It gives me freedom to do these things. Yeah. That's kind of the vibe that they're giving me. Is it's very much like, you need to, like, allow yourself to do the crazy shit. Because that's who you are. And you can manage a lot of it. A lot of people tell you you shouldn't. And that's just, they can't handle the amount of things that you can do. Do you have questions? And then after Dancing Hawk, I have Vivian again. And then if you guys are interested, again, the link is at the top of chat. We're doing tarot readings. I know it says spirit guide readings, but we're doing tarot readings. Here is the link again, if you guys lost it. I'm good. I think I got it. Feels like confirmation again. Saw. Awesome. Vivian, do you have a question? Dude, I love Cheez-Its. Have to say goodbye. Goodbye, Caroline. Caroline, one of those two. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. Work got busy. I missed the world building. I'll have to rewatch. Yeah, it was cool. One of the tectonic plates hit one of the others. But this will stay up, so you'll be able to rewatch it in the replay. But Vivian, let me know if you have a question. You are next. While you answer. Oh, too late. For my question, I'm torn. My little girl has been a little sad wanting to cling to me when she wasn't that way. But was she who you picked up on in the last reading? If so, the question is different. I want to ask about my financial stuff and working for myself. I could do a little bit of both. They do say the first question that you have was a little bit of the last reading. But I can give you a few more cards about it. And then I can get into the financial stuff and working for yourself. What are you creating? Are you selling art? Sorry, I'm nosy. I love this shit. This is for your first question about child. I can pay for 2 notes if I. Okay. So, little girl, I feel like things have flipped over for her. Okay. This is like interesting. How old is she? I don't know if I can ask that question. You don't have to answer that. It's just interesting doing a reading for a child. And love doing portraits. Ugh, amazing. Dude, I love when people decide to have businesses. It's just my special interest, clearly, because we have like 20. Yeah. The first card she has is the Hangman card. The Hangman card is upside down or in reverse. So I feel like a lot of things shifted for her, which I think is kind of interesting if she's a child. Yeah, she's 3. Yeah. There's been like a very big shift. So it's they're talking about how everything in her life is changing, which is just so weird for like a 3-year-old. But the thing that isn't changing is the family aspect. So 10 of Pentacles is family, wealth, stability, that sort of thing. She's very intuitive and intelligent, has a speech delay. Yeah, it's very like, she has the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. It's kind of like there's so much going on and she can't handle it. This is like juggling, but like failing to do so. Let me see if I have a better example of that. It's like a lack of balance. It's like disorganized thoughts. So that's why she's clinging on to you, is because the only thing that has been consistent in her life right now is the family aspect. But everything else just feels very scary and overwhelming, and like she doesn't know how to handle it. And she feels like everything is happening really, really fast. But I feel like she is going through a big transformation. Sorry, I can ask about it. Does she see people? I don't know if you would know that. Like, when I say see people, like, does she see spirits? Because I feel like there's a lot around her. Because I see a man that's with her, and I see a woman that's with her. The woman has dark hair. And I feel like the man also has dark hair, but he's, like, starting to gray out on the bottom. Like, on his tips, he's starting to get gray hair. And he's a bigger dude. And he has a big voice. Because I feel like they're kind of helping her. I'm always saying so. Sorry, I'm asking them what the matter is. That's my dad, I think. He has like a big, big laugh. He, like, because his voice is so big, you would think that he's like big and scary, but he is like the, like, softest dude. Like, he has a very soft personality. And I feel like he has like a big rounder type nose. Yeah, I don't know. Is she afraid when she goes to sleep? Like, is she afraid of being alone when it's in the dark? there's just like a lot of things in like, I don't know if this is like a child thing because I don't remember being 3. So he's talking about there's a lot of like developmental things that happens when you start he thinks it's funny that Riker and I say when you gain consciousness. And he's like, your 3-year-old is gaining consciousness. And because of that, she's realizing the world is loud and scary. I feel like she has a lot of sensory issues. Like, things are too loud, things are too bright, things are too busy around her. She may have, like, some neurodivergencies because of the sensitivity issues. And tell me if I'm wrong, but, like, I feel like everything is loud. So we co-sleep, but recently I asked if she had a bad dream and she said yes. I asked if she was afraid of being alone. I think in her dream she was alone. Yeah, she's like just starting to realize what life is like. He's like explaining it to me like when babies like figure out they have fingers. And I know she's 3, but that's just like the simplest way to explain it. It's a part of her development. It's kind of like when you have puppies. I've never had a baby before, so that's why I'm explaining it in these other ways. It's kind of like when you have a puppy and they go through a fear stage at like 5-ish months. She's going through her fear stage because she's starting to like realize the world is big and scary and she is like separate. Yeah, she shushes us. That's adorable. I need a child. Several children. Do you have questions about that before I move on to your business stuff? Yeah, her memory just turned on. Yeah, he just like, I don't know, when spirits talk to you, they basically have what is inside your head in order to communicate. And he thinks that it's funny that Riker and I have a saying of, you become conscious. So, you gained consciousness. So he's using that like building block in my head. No, that was very helpful. Okay, let's do the finance stuff. First off, they say that you have a lot of ideas, but you don't know what to do with them. Okay. Sorry, my cards touched the ground, and the ground is hairy. Yeah. It's like Page of Wands. Page of Wands. Page of Wands. Wand cards usually deal with ideas. And pages, the Page of Wands is usually like a free spirit. They want to like learn and do everything. They're just like so passionate about learning and trying things. But with it being in reverse, that's where the negative side of the lack of experience comes in. And it creates a lot of like, I don't know how to do this type energy. So you have a lot of ideas, but you don't know what to do with them. And I feel like there's a lot of anxiety with that. So you have the Ten of Swords, but it is in reverse, so it's a positive thing. The Ten of Swords deals with trauma. And I feel like the reason why things have been hard is because the trauma aspect in your brain is making you second guess things before you actually like do them. You have to, when you start a business, you have to experiment. Because I did a reading the other day where I literally told this girl, because she was like, I need help with my business. Please tell me what to do. And her reading was basically like, your business will tell you what you need to do. And how you do that is you experiment. You just put out content, because otherwise how are you going to know what does well? You have to put out content, or put out whatever it is that you're doing, like product, task, service, whatever it is. Put that out, see how it does. If it doesn't do well, that's your business telling you that's not in alignment, go do something else. So experiment again. If it doesn't do well, tweak it again. Because like even when you have those failures, they'll also tell you how they failed. So like for example, if you have a product that doesn't work, maybe it's too expensive. So then because it fails, you can see who bought that thing, who is interested in the thing, what did they say about it, what are the reviews saying about it. And then maybe you can simplify the product to make it cheaper, etc., etc. So they're like, the thing that is getting you caught up in it is that you don't have experience doing it. So it is kind of preventing you from doing that. So this card is in reverse. This 10 of Swords is in reverse because you're trying to like push through that. And you're trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? 10 of Swords. You're trying to like push through. You're trying to like regenerate or like recover from this trauma, like heal. Gosh, you have a lot of transformation cards. Oh yeah, I remember that reading. I think it was on your previous live. Yes, it was. Because I do think it was funny telling this person, like, oh, you don't have to worry about it. Your business will tell you. You don't have to let me tell you. Your business will. And I was like, they probably think I'm crazy. You have a Death card. You also have a Tower card. It is flipped upside down. But the Death card is something coming to an end in order to be reborn. I feel like you're going to learn through failures. And I feel like they make me feel like it's going to change a lot. They also make me feel like, okay, I feel like you're going through the death in your life. So the Death card is something coming to an end in order to be reborn. I feel like you've been going through a lot of endings in your life right now, and that is going to affect your business and what you choose to do with it. Because that card feels very positive. And I feel like it's because you're trying to learn the reason why you're doing it. And once you like figure out that passion, it's going to allow you to do great things, which is what I'm getting from this card. This is the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is sideways, representing a decision or action. The Queen of Cups, queens usually deal with strong feminine energy, which is like creative, compassionate, emotional, that sort of thing. But the flip side of it, you have too much emotions going in. It's very like hard over your head. It's unrealistic. It's like out of touch. So that's kind of like where you're at right now. It's like a passion for you, but if you are doing it for the wrong reasons, it's not going to translate right. So they're like, you need to figure out what makes it special, and what makes it special is going to be something in relation to you. So like, I don't know. I was talking to Riker about this in a specific context, with like their D&D stuff. So like, if you know anything about D&D, the like reigning people, the people that are like at the top of the niche, is Critical Role. And the reason why it is so impactful and got people in that don't necessarily like watch D&D things is because it is voice actors doing D&D. People want to see the two together because it is a unique thing. So even with like Riker's D&D channel, they are doing like mediumship, gothic, spiritual, paranormal mixed with D&D. So it mixes like multiple niches together, but it makes it more catered to the passions of the people that are like making those things up. So they're like, it's competitive, so you need to figure out where your passion is, because people will feel the passion and people will be interested in what you're doing. So even like for us, for like Etsy, we've tried doing normal things. Like we tried posting like normal, like basic candles. We barely sold any of them. People like when we put our passion into it, they like our spirit guide candles. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'll give you just a link for that. We have it. Shameless plug. Not another shameless plug. Oh wait, it has to do this. Etsy. Like, people are interested in our spirit guide candles because that's where our passion is. That is like the thing that people feel closest or connected to. So they're like, you need to figure out why you're doing this, and that's going to help drive the direction of it, because people will start feeling it from you. They'll start feeling connected to you, and those things that they feel connected to you on are going to be successful. Does that make sense? That's what those cards say. You have the 5 of Cups. So I feel like going through this death period in your life is going to bring up a lot of emotions. There's hair on this card. It's going to bring up a lot of emotions, and it's going to tell you what you're passionate about, what makes you, like, special. Because, like, yes, doing any business is competitive. You can't literally have a creative idea because, like, it's been done. But the thing that makes it unique and different is who is doing it. So they're like, you have to figure out who are you, what is important about that, and how are you going to, like, incorporate it. And then you have this Tower card in reverse. I feel like you're, like, not looking at something. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're getting a lot of the same. So, I pulled 3 cards to kind of explain this Tower card. So, you have the Tower in reverse, which means you're avoiding some sort of chaos. But it just kind of gave me more of avoidance. So, 8 of Cups is like you're trying... 8 of Cups upright is you leaving something for something better. But it's in reverse. So, you have some sort of hesitation to doing the thing. You have a lot of hesitation to, like, actually put yourself into it, because I feel like if you want to, like, if this is going to be serious for you and not a hobby, you have to jump in head first, which makes sense because this guy is also doing that, because they're like, you're trying to dip your toe into it, and it's not going to work the way that you want if you're dipping your toe. You have to jump in head first, like this guy with the umbrella. So you have to leave whatever's not serving you anymore because it's not serving you anymore. But right now, you're trying to avoid all of this. You're all in reverse. So, and then this 8 of Wands is like things are happening slow. You're trying to control how fast it happens. Do you have questions? And then after you, I have Karina. I think there's one left if people are interested in that. If not, if I get to the end of the Karina reading, then we're done. But yeah, let me know if you have questions, Vivian. You got this, Vivian. You do. Which I know you also said... I almost dropped this. I almost, like, flung this. Which I know you said that you needed a reading on financial stuff as well. And I feel like, again, doing it for the wrong reasons, it's going to feel more like survival. They're kind of like, if you want more money, more abundance, you can't continue to act like poor, if that makes sense. Because this is what my spirit guides tell me a lot. They're like, what makes you feel poor? What makes you feel like stuck or not abundant? And they're like, and then I like list out a like list of whatever it is. And they're like, okay, what's going to make you feel the opposite of that? That's how manifestation works, maybe. I don't know. So they're like, you need to do things to change the belief systems, even though you're in a state of survival. Which is hard. Which fucking sucks. But, like, doing it for money will not work. Doing it for passion is more likely to work. but also looking at your belief systems of those things will also be the answer you're looking for. But yeah, let me know if you have a question. And then after you, I'm going to move to Karina. Thank you, no more questions. I need to go feel rich. Yeah, you need to go have a fight with your husband and you need to go feel rich. Simplifying. No, I'm sorry. I just think it's funny. Okay, hold on. Karina, do you have a question for your reading? And I think there is one slot left. So if anyone is interested in a tarot reading, they are $35. That is the link there. But yeah, I need to stop avoiding. But yeah, Karina, let me know if you have a question for your reading or if you would like a general reading. And we can get into it. I was wondering if you could do a spirit guide reading. I can do a tarot reading for one of your spirit guides. I was doing spirit guide readings earlier. So. Ugh. Let me look at this. Hold on. 45. Spirit guide reading, please. Okay, that works. Sorry, hold on. Trying to get comfortable. Just sit back up in my chair. You have a male spirit guide. He's red. So, red spirit guides deal with safety and security. I feel like you're at a fork in the road. Let's start with your first card. So you have the Five of Wands. You have the Five of Wands that's upside down or in reverse. The Five of Wands usually deals with conflict, but in a more competitive way because it's fighting over your ideas. But it's in reverse because it is happening internally. I feel like you have a lot of second-guessing energy. Five of Wands reversed. It's just, like, inner conflicting. But I feel like it's because a lot of, like, crazy stuff is happening, because you have the Tower card upright, but you also have this Two of Swords. So I feel like a lot of things in your life are kind of chaotic. I overthink too much. You have a lot of, like, chaos, and it's causing you not to know what to do with it. So, just like how I was talking about being in survival mode the last reading, I feel like you are also in survival mode. But I feel like he's been trying to help you he wants to say navigate. I was going to say make decisions, but, like, navigate through this. Because, like, it feels like you're walking around a maze blindfolded. So, this is the Two of Swords. This is your fork in the road. This card usually represents you weighing options. And whatever it is you're weighing is very taxing on you. Because it's usually... With the Two of Swords, it's usually something that you, like, have a lot of information about, but the information itself causes a, like, overload, and it causes you to feel like you can't make a decision because the two options are so, like, impactful. Okay, so for Red Spirit Guides, how does he help me, like, make me realize things? How does he help you navigate things? Is that what you're asking? Because he helps you navigate things. And I feel like he does that by, because he's talking about the maze example, he helps you to, like, backtrack. So he's like, when you're trying to complete a maze, it's sometimes easier to find the end of the maze and work your way back. So he's like, that's... Okay, he wants to say he uses your overthinking in a positive way to help you process things instead of spiral about it. Because he says there is a difference. There is a healthy way of processing your emotions, and then there is an unhealthy way of becoming obsessed with it. So he says he's trying to break you of the, like, feedback loop of obsessing over certain bad things that happen in your life that just happen over and over and over again. But he is helping to break that. The way he's trying to do that is he's trying to help you focus on the good things. So the Nine of Cups is a it's like a wish come true. It's very satisfactory. It's the things that you're doing well. It's like success. And I feel like it's a lot of pressure because you do have the Three of Pentacles reverse, which is like you're doing it yourself. So it is like a double-edged sword of like you feel very accomplished because you can do it by yourself, but you feel very out of your league while doing it. So you're trying to gain that like financial independence, and it doesn't even necessarily need to be financial. Nine of Pentacles usually deals with financial independency. But it also, Nine of Pentacles can be abundant, it's luxury, it's self-sufficiency. It's very much like you are trying to figure out, they want me to say you're trying to figure out what you want and not what everybody else wants. Because I have this feeling that like, you put a lot of weight in what people think about your decisions. So it has impacted you feeling like you can make decisions for yourself. You feel like you're always wrong, and it might be because other people have belittled your decisions. It's literally what I need, financial independence. Yeah, he makes me feel like you need to reevaluate your idea of your own value and what is... He wants to say where you are putting price tags in your life. I don't know if that makes sense. Because he's like, if you get the big cushy job, that is a price tag, and you'll view that as other people seeing value in what you're doing. But you can literally do anything. You could just not have a job. That's still valuable. It might not be valuable to other people. It's valuable to you. So you're like, he's like, you have to figure out what, like, you have to recalibrate your belief system into understanding that you are priceless. So you don't have to earn someone's care and appreciation. Ah, purple waffles coming in at the last minute. I think you purchased a reading. I should make sure before I say things. Dude, Ko-Fi has been running slow. Melissa. Purple waffles. Quick question. No problem. But we're doing tarot readings, so you're Melissa. Yeah, what is your question, Karina? And then I'm going to move on to Melissa. Purple. I was almost about to end the stream, so I'm glad that you got one. But you're my last reading. You will be my last reading. I'm always at the tail end of things. Well, I'm glad you got one. I'm glad they were still available, too. So I do take into account other people's thoughts and opinions, but how do I know if they're right? Oh, how do you know if your decision is right? Well, do you think that it's right? I know that's a hard thing to say because I struggle with the same thing. So the thing that I struggle with the most in making decisions is I feel like other people have this like information that I don't have or this experience that I don't have. So I can't do it because they have like some secret knowledge that I can't go and get, and they will do it better than I will. So they have to make the decision for me so that I know that it's the right decision because they have better experience than me. But that is your voice telling you how you have been belittled in the past into thinking that you don't have the experience or you don't have the ability to do that. You're making yourself small. And I don't know what specifically you're talking about, but that's the example that they're talking to me about. Like, should I take into account what they say or should I ignore what's intuition and what is not? You need to take into account what makes you feel confident and like probably confident is the wrong word initially, because once you start listening to the little voice in your head, you're not going to feel very confident about it. You're going to feel very nervous about it. But the decision that you make doesn't really necessarily matter because you still have the ability to like correct and adapt if it is quote unquote an unfavorable decision. Because I don't think you can make necessarily the wrong decision. It's just, do you want to take into account other people? Yes. But don't allow those people to make the decision fully for you because of things that you think you lack. Does that make sense? No, I'm late. I just got home from work. Hi, Taylor. I might do another stream this week. I don't know if I'll have time. But I will do more when we get back from vacation. And this will be up in the replay section too if you want to see Riker's D&D world. But this is my puppy cam Riker. Just... just like... Enrichment time. Riker over in their enrichment corner. Okay, yes, thank you. Yes. Okay. Melissa, you're my last reading. Do you have a question? Purple waffles. Gonna head for bed now. It was nice to chill with you all stream. I think this is the longest I've stayed. Bruh! I know, I saw you, like, commenting, you know, like, right at the beginning. Hope you guys enjoy your vacation. Thanks! I am anxious about it. Because, can I tell you guys a secret? It's nothing to do with this vacation. But I do have a secret that may or may not happen. We might be getting another kitten. I don't know if Riker is listening to me.
I am.
No questions. Okay. So just a general reading, got you. But we might have another kitten. I don't want to get into the story of it, but we might be getting a kitten. Like a very baby kitten. She's so cute.
I mean, I can feel like you can explain why we might.
Yeah, my sister has, my sister was in the market for a kitten. She wanted to get 2 siblings, but that did not work out. So now she has 2 female kittens, and one of the kittens aren't working out. So she is thinking about having us, we're thinking about taking her. But I gave her like 2 weeks to like think through it and decide. So when we come back from vacation, we might be getting a kitten. So if that happens, I'll show you pictures. It's very cute. Please make a video if you get one. You got it. Just for you, paper flower. Yay for kittens! OMG, what, another kitten? Yeah, we weren't on the market for a kitten, but she's so cute. We, like, watched my sister's house when she was on vacation, and so cute. She's so tiny. She's, like, this tiny, like, probably, like, 2 pounds. Looking forward if it happens. There's still a probability that it won't happen, which is why I'm not getting your hopes up, because I'm not getting my hopes up. But I do have my hopes up. So, yeah, we might be getting another kitten. So we'll have 4 cats. We honestly should do a video just updating people on all of our animals. Okay. Okay. Okay, bye. See you later, paper flower. Have a nice sleep. Okay.
Adios.
Melissa. We have 2 of wands. Okay, let me look at these first. What is this 2 of wands about? This is like how you're dealing with it. Are things changing in your life? I feel like this happens way too often. Are you not happy with what's going on in your life right now? Because I feel like you're planning for stuff. So, 2 of Wands is usually there's a fork in the road. You're trying to plan for some sort of, like, pivot. With it being upright, you are planning for it. You're, like, making, it's like progressions, decisions, you're discovering new things, you're future planning. And I pulled a few cards to ask what the 2 of Wands was referring to. And I have the 6 of Wands reversed, which is some sort of failure. And then you have the Hierophant reversed. I feel like whatever is, like, failing in your life is because you're not really interested in this, like, monotonous idea of it anymore. You're trying to spice some things up in your life. And then the rest of it is kind of talking about the, like, back and forth planning vacay. Because I feel like you're not fully, like, certain you want to do that. I just feel like you're kind of bored, if that makes sense. You're kind of, like, doing the same thing over and over again, and it gets kind of boring. So you're like, do I do something about it? So, the next card, you have 2 cards that cross. For me, when cards cross like this, they block one another. So we'll start with your bottom card, which is the Hermit card. The Hermit card deals with, like, looking inwards and learning more about yourself. It's very introspective. However, it is something that can only happen when you, like, for yourself. No one else can have an opinion about it, which is why it is called the Hermit card. So I usually view this card. This card's iconography is usually a lantern. So you can see up in the corner there. And I usually view it as, like, it is a journey to reclaim your light. And there's a lot of things, a lot of, like, insecurities, traumas, whatever, that dim your light. And you are on a journey to reignite it. But the thing that is blocking that is the 3 of Swords. If I can hold on to it. And the 3 of Swords is sideways, representing a decision or action. The 3 of Swords deals with it deals with heartbreak. And I warn people in the sense of it's not heartbreak in the, like, losing of your loved one or whatever. Heartbreak for tarot cards, it's a sword card, so it is like losing a piece of your truth. It is something that challenges your truth and literally makes you feel like you've lost a piece of yourself. So with this card being sideways, you're in the process of, like, processing that. You're trying to fill the hole and relearn who you are. But the trauma that happened prior is also blocking that. Because these 2 cards could work very well together. But the thing that's blocking it is the insecurities that were caused by the heartbreak in the first place. So they're like, heartbreak has a disgusting way of kind of closing you off. And you need to be more open to it. And then your 2 cards, your next 2 cards, you have 2 cards that also cross. And we'll start with the Seven of Swords, which is sideways. This is my deception card that I was reading in the other reading. And the card is also sideways. This is usually outward in deception from other people coming in and becoming inward deception. Meaning it creates this like imposter syndrome based upon things that other people have said to you that have been negative, their deception. You're kind of taking that on. And I feel like those insecurities are blocking the tower from happening because the tower was underneath that. And the tower card deals with chaotic change. So that is the change that you want to make up here. Is it's something beyond the like day-to-day. You need to do something interesting because I feel like you're bored. But I feel like you don't want to do it because you've done this a lot of times and this is exhausting. So you're kind of in the middle of like rock in a hard place. So you're like, I'm not happy because I'm bored, but it is easy. So like maybe I should just stay here. But like if I stay here, I'm kind of like losing a piece of myself with these two cards. I kind of like feel like I'm not really me, which is like fine because it's easy, which is a deception coming from other people, but it needs to be blown up. You need to like redo some things. You need to shake things up because you're not living as the Empress. Empress is sideways. It is a choice for you to have to feel like you are the Empress, because this is the energy. I don't know. The Empress card usually deals with strong feminine energy. It's someone that is abundant. It is someone that is what is the word that I want to use? Creative, intuitive, emotional, that sort of thing. It's someone that is like sitting on the throne, like learning and being their truest self. So
Thank you, Taylor.
Taylor! God damn. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
Sorry, not to
Interrupt.
interrupt.
Sorry, my voice cracked too. I'm kind of losing it. That's why I have water. But yeah, we really appreciate your super chat. Yeah, just going through the motions. Hearts. But yeah, purple waffles, Melissa. I feel like you want to be this Empress, but you know doing that means that a lot of things in your life have to change. However, if you view it in my standpoint, it's kind of like it's going to be very hard for you not to end up doing the tower card. Because like what you're doing right now, the reason why it feels uncomfortable, even though it's easy, is because it's not in alignment with you. You don't want to do it anymore. Your beliefs do not align to it anymore. You want to do more, and it is because you are healing. So you're like, I just realized that I didn't have to settle for things. But if I don't settle for things, that means this happens, and this is scary. And I know how that feels, as I did it. Do you have questions? Hi, Kristen. Yeah, you guys are sweet. Thank you all for coming. I'm like nearing the end of our live stream. Anything in the fall? Just so you know, very bad at like timeline things, but we'll try, we'll try. Okay. Riker is on our puppy cam. They're doing D&D things. Yeah. Queen of Cups. Lots of feminine energy. I keep hearing something is going to happen in the fall. Interesting. God, why do you want to be in reverse? Okay. Let me pull different cards. Basically pulled the same cards. I dropped one. Okay. Lots of reversed cards. Okay. So things in the fall. So you have these two cards crossed. So again, one blocks the other. Let's start with your King of Pentacles. Your King of Pentacles deals with like stability. But it's sideways, so it is the difference between like being stable and actually believing that you are. It's kind of like you have been on this platform and you're so worried about it crumbling underneath your feet that you're like over supporting the platform. But you're never going to feel stable unless you are actually like, unless you believe there is a limit to it. Because if you're constantly worried about it, will you ever actually feel stable? And that's being blocked by your Six of Wands, which is the fear of failure. So it's very much like these two things are counteracting each other. You want to feel stable, but you're worried about failing. Sorry, they're like talking to me about things. I don't know. They make me feel like you're in a hard place and you're very resistant of this change. So you have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is upside down or in reverse. The King of Swords usually deals with mental clarity, but when it is in reverse like this, it's usually like, I view it as control over truth. So it is like creating a narrative. Because when you have masculine energy when it's reversed, the dark side of masculine energy is controlling things. And sword cards deal with truth. So it is, you're creating some sort of narrative that isn't necessarily true, but it is, it makes you feel better about the situation. So again, you're blocking a lot of these things because I feel like you need to have some sort of failure to figure out where you need to go. And I feel like in fall, it might be some sort of failure that is going to crack this open. Because I know this sounds very weird, but I feel like you need to not feel stable for once. Because it's going to shock a lot of things in your life. Because it's like false confidence. It's a false sense of security. It's all just... This card very much entails that you are creating this like false narrative, this false sense of confidence within what's going on in your life, that it's not going to break apart, that you're stable. But I think the instability will be good for you because you do have the ability to handle it. I feel like you're very good at adapting to things. You're very good at seeing all of the like situations, details of a situation and being able to put them together. The King of Wands usually is the like the natural born leader. They're the visionary. They are the idea guy. So when you have these two together, you have this creative energy that's pushing back what it's like, an idea that is locked in what it's supposed to look like. So it's kind of just like constantly counteracting each other. So in order for this to start being something that you more put energy towards, you need to have some sort of like instability. because it's very these are fire cards, and fire is not stable. It's not like something that's going to sit in one spot. It's going to like shift and move and get bigger and smaller. And I feel like these two cards want to be together. So these two cards are crossed. We'll start with the 10 of Cups. This card's in reverse because you're out of alignment with whatever you want to be doing. And I have opinions about what, like, people think that they are supposed to do something, like there's a plan or whatever. It's not necessarily that there's a plan, it's that it's what you want to choose to do with your life, because you can do everything or nothing. There's not a, like, set path that you're supposed to do, and if you're not doing it, you're not living in your highest good. Living in alignment is living within your own beliefs and living within the, like, world that you have created. That is living in alignment with your life. No problem. See you later, Dancing Hawk. And I feel like that is being blocked. Like, the reason why this is reversed, that you're not in alignment, is because you are not seeing yourself for who they are, which is the Temperance card. The Temperance card is a balance and moderation of self. It is also sideways, representing a decision or action. So the way I like to explain this card is it's kind of like you're looking in a pool of water. When you are out of alignment with yourself, when you put on a mask, try to be someone else, create this, like, false idea of who you are, or, like, limit yourself, it creates these waves in the pool so that you can't see your identity, and it causes this, like, crazy storm within you. But until you are ready and able to see your reflection for what it is, these waves will continue, and you'll continue to have this mask with people. So they're like, once that happens, and I feel like it's going to happen with instability, so that's why you're saying something in false going to happen. I feel like something crazy will happen to cause, like, they want to say, like, a toddler in a, like, China shop. They're like, yeah, the toddler can be behaved, but at some point things are probably going to break. So they're like, that's the vibe. You're kind of walking on eggshells waiting for this, like, big thing to happen, because since you are living out of alignment with life, eventually who you are as a person, what you are putting out as a person, is going to attract those things to you. And what you're doing right now just doesn't feel like what you want to be doing. So eventually, you're going to attract the things that you do want. And I feel like it's going to happen very chaotically, because otherwise you won't let the other stuff go. So, do you have questions? You've been on for a long time. Hold on. How long have I been on? Wait, this will tell me. 3.5 hours. This is my last reading. I'm almost done. Yeah, Dancing Hawk, let me know if you have any last questions. Or sorry, not Dancing Hawk. Purple Waffles. Looking at the wrong name. Awesome reading. No problem. Yeah, thank you guys so much for purchasing a reading. If you guys missed out and you do want readings, I do offer private readings. Let me get the link for that.
Bye.
Okay, here is private readings. So I have a few slots for private readings left. So if you're interested in that, there's the link. But yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you for having my Riker cam. Sorry, I'm trying to grab the corner of it. Just lots to think about. But yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. But I'm gonna go feed my animals and eat dinner. and feed the Riker. And feed the Riker dinner. But, okay, goodbye!